My life feels like a Seinfeld episode the last few days. So I made a post about this in the Objective Personality Facebook group, and it's about a dilemma that I have in a professional trading relationship, and I feel like it relates to play last. I have play last, and this person that I'm dealing with, I think, has play quite a bit higher. So this is a 2-hour massage trade. I give her a 2-hour barefoot massage, and then she gives me the same. She comes to my office to receive, and I go to her office to receive. And it seems like that would be a pretty good deal, and there's no reason for it to be complicated. But what I've noticed so many times in trading relationships is that they become complicated in one way or another, and I don't seem to have the play energy to negotiate and be assertive in the way that I need to be in order to keep the whole thing smooth. And there are times in my life where I swore I would never trade again because it always gets complicated, and to me it just feels cleaner and easier to literally just pay the person the industry standard for their service and for them to pay me. It's just easier. So I have this trading relationship, and a few weeks ago, the person that I was trading with tipped me. She tipped me $40, and I was like, awkward, and in the moment I'm making all these calculations of all this stuff that you should do. You're supposed to say, oh no, that's okay, please don't tip me. Or some people say that's wrong, and you're supposed to just graciously accept. Anytime somebody gives you something, you graciously accept, or it's going to make them feel uncomfortable. So in the moment I'm calculating, I don't know what to do, so I just smiled and said, oh, thank you, that's so nice. I could tell she really needed the massage. I felt like I was in the zone and I was in a flow state when I gave it to her, and it was probably pretty good. She appreciated it and needed it, and she tips me. And it did feel weird and awkward, but I just decided to just graciously accept it. Thank you. I didn't really know what to do in that moment. But then after she left, I was thinking about it and I was like, this is really a problem because now I'm going to have to give her back the $40, and we're just going to be like trading this $40 back and forth. And it just feels really awkward to me because it's supposed to be a trade. So I went on the Facebook group and I asked people like, hey, what do I do here? I understand I need to give her the $40 back, but what specifically do I say to make it seem not weird at all that we're passing this $40 back and forth? And I got a whole bunch of answers. People were like, oh yeah, obviously you have to give her the $40 back. And some of the higher play people said, oh, it's okay, it's fun. You're just pinging the $40 back and forth. It feels good. It's play. To me, it feels weird and awkward, but maybe it feels good to a high play person. I got a whole bunch of answers. Some of them were really creative. I think one of the best ones that really made me laugh, somebody said, the solution to the problem is next time you give her 41, which is funny and, kind of spiteful. Giving her $41, it sort of like one-ups her, and it's sort of like a fuck you kind of sentiment. And then someone else said, fold the bills into paper cranes and put little googly eyes on them. And I thought that was really cute, and it's actually really sweet. But I am so bad at origami. It's a really good idea. Maybe I should have done it. I am so bad at origami, and this dilemma has already drained me quite a bit. The whole objective of this massage trade is to relax and get some of the care that I need to keep my body in shape so that I can continue to do a good job. Massage therapists are supposed to get massages. If they're not getting massages, then something is going wrong. It's almost like unethical to not get a massage when you are a massage therapist. I've already spent a lot of mental energy feeling neurotic about this, and I'm not good at origami. So I thought, I'm not going to spend all day watching YouTube videos about how to fold a $20 bill into a paper crane. I just don't have the energy for that. That isn't a fair trade. When you're trading, you're spending a certain amount of energy, you're working on your terms according to your protocols, and then you do that for the other person. So it's completely equal. She gives me a massage on her terms, and I give her a massage on my terms. So I went to go get the massage yesterday, and it was great. We do a 2-hour massage trade. I really needed it. It felt amazing. And I didn't say anything, but I did just leave the $40 on the table. After I got dressed, I just put it on the little table next to the chair, said goodbye to her, chatted a little bit, and then left. And I was thinking, yeah, that was the right thing to do. Maybe I didn't need to say anything. I just give her the $40 back so that it's even. So then I drove all the way home, and when I got home, there was a text message and it said, oh my God, I didn't mean for you to tip me back. And I just thought, like, I can't win here. I don't what is the right thing to do? I'm trying to do the right thing and I didn't. And I think what I did wrong was that I needed to be more assertive about it, like not just passively leave the bills on the table. I needed to give them back to her and make a joke about it, like make it kind of fun and funny. Like, ha ha ha, this is a trade. We don't need to tip each other. So now we're even, just to make sure that she felt okay and I felt okay and take the awkwardness out of that situation. But I didn't do that because I'm play last. I use play and I use it fluidly sometimes, but it's still a wall. It's still a place where I can get backed into corners and there's just a wall there and I don't use play energy correctly. So this is why trading relationships are difficult for me. So I think that she has play much higher because there's been a few times where she's brought up last minute schedule changes, which also stress me out. Like, say if we have an appointment for 3 o'clock, she'll say, hey, if it's no big deal, can I come earlier? Or if it's no big deal, can you come earlier? Can you come to my house and give me the massage? Like, her house is across town. There's so many reasons I can't do that. It is stressful just to drive to her house, even when I'm getting a massage, just because it's just a tricky drive. But also, all of the equipment is different. And I think if she stopped to really think it through, like, how would she feel doing the massage on my equipment? I mean, maybe her play energy is just so high that she would just play blast or blast play through the whole thing and it would be no big deal. But for me, using someone else's equipment is difficult. I'm only 5 feet tall. Everything needs to be adjusted a certain way. Her table is squishier, which wouldn't seem like a big deal, but it would make my calves sore because I'm doing barefoot massage. And anytime you change the squishiness of the surface, or like, say if you're a runner and you change the drop of your shoe, you feel it in your calves. The stool that she stands on to work is squishy. Just everything about it would be different and would maybe throw me off, and I wouldn't do as good of a job as I would do in my own office where I know everything and I have like the muscle memory to use all of my own equipment. So these things feel like a big deal to me, but maybe I'm just over controlling the situation because I have play last. Like, I need everything to be just so. And I have certain protocols that I prefer my clients to follow when they come to see me for an appointment. So I don't know. Everything about this just feels kind of like a Seinfeld episode. I spent a lot of time and energy feeling neurotic about it and wondering what to say and worried about this moment when I give her the tip back. Despite thinking it through and coming to what I thought was a good decision, it still wasn't the right thing. So when she tipped me, that made me feel uncomfortable. And then when I tipped her back, that made her feel uncomfortable. And I kind of know her, but I don't know her that well. And I think that I sort of failed on my part because I wasn't just assertive. I didn't just say, hey, you gave me that $40 last time, but this is a trade. And I think we really don't need to do that. So I'm just going to give it back to you. I didn't say that. I just sort of quietly and passively left the money because for some reason I feel sometimes not assertive and not fluid in that pinging back. So I think it was a misstep on her part to give it to me, but then it was a misstep on my part and sort of an immaturity on my part to not just bring it out into the open and mention it and say something about it. Will I ever learn? I don't know. Yeah. So anyway, moving on. Hopefully I'll do better in the future.